When people get into the online environment, or when people ask us about how to move forward in this area, one of the things I say first to them is keep it simple. Do not try to become this huge entity that Southern New Hampshire has managed to become over a period of time. This is not about who's the biggest, nor is it about the brightest, shiniest object. It really is about, do you have a clear sense of what you're trying to accomplish and the shortest, most minimal viable product to get you there, and at the same time maintain the trueness to your mission that you're trying to hold on to. So this isn't about trying to find the biggest virtual simulation. It isn't about trying to create an experience that you can't sustain long term. Try to start with that question of, what are we trying to solve, and how do we go about approaching this in a way that helps our students be successful? One of the things we saw, for example, up front when a lot of students didn't come back from spring break was the schools would reach out to us and say, well, I can't take the students on the study abroad trip or the field trip they were going to go on. And we began to point out to them, there are entire organizations out there that can provide those types of experience in a virtual environment. You can still get your students to go to Paris, or you can still get your students to go to these places if you understand the tools that are out there, many of which are free. There's a huge movement out there between the Creative Commons work, the open educational resource work, tied to the type of learning objects and learning platforms that we're trying to work on. So knowing what your opportunities are is a huge part of trying to be successful in this. But it's not about trying to be the biggest, nor is it about trying to, again, create these tools that you can't sustain for a long period of time. There are very, very good opportunities out there for people that are relatively low cost and simple enough to actually be approachable for both your students and your faculty. One of the things that I think people don't realize is that this isn't just about the students, though of course they're at the center of it. Trying to get your faculty up to speed if they have not been in this environment in short order is not something that's likely to help them to be successful. And if they're struggling, then your students are going to be struggling as well. So how do you create this thing that allows them to understand what they basically need to do? The goal is to start with something that you can actually maintain, that you can learn from and continue to move forward.